everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today it's actually night. The eyeshadow palette tag part 2. I like these tag videos, they're pretty nice. No one tagged me in it. I just look at the newest thing that is out and I go from there and look at my collection, and I couldn't choose. It's so hard to choose. So I'm gonna go down the list where they do it like list-wise. So the first one they posted was all-time favorite. Well, I can never get rid of any of these palettes that I kept. They're just all my favorites. I have lots of favorites. I'm gonna go in with all-time favorite, even though I haven't dug into this for so long. I needed to. I need to do 10 usage of all my palettes. But this is the BH one, the first collection, 120 color eyeshadow palette. And I found this at Ross like a couple years ago. I'm gonna say 3. Around 2018, 2019, around there. And I just thought this was an awesome palette. It swatches beautifully. They are all like shimmery and metallic shimmer in between. But these are just amazing. They're little pans, so that's what I like about BH. They have like little pans. So of course, having all this variety, it would be probably good to one day pan that palette. This is a gorgeous palette. So yeah, this is an all-time. If I didn't have all these palettes, this would probably be the only palette I would ever need to my collection. So that is an all-time favorite. I would never get rid of this, and it still swatches beautifully. So I definitely need to do some eye looks on that palette. So my new favorite palette, it was a toss-up because I brought in more favorite like new things. Like Glam Light was pretty new. More of the ABH and Natasha Denona, so it was like a toss-up pretty much. So I'm gonna go like Natasha Denona Love Palette. This was great. It was on sale for $33 or something like that. So I had to get that, and I love this quality. So I brought this in this year along with ABH Narvina Volume 1 palette. This is a great palette. I did a couple looks with this one as well, so I had to play with it. And the Michaela palette. So I'm going to add 3 into this category because my new favorite. So Glam Light was an actually new formula that I added into my collection. So I couldn't choose just the one palette because these were all new to my collection in 2021, so having to add 3 is good. So number 3 is Keeping for the Memories, and I was thinking Hot Topic. Hot Topic was my original plan to have on my channel, to use any Hot Topic palettes. But this is the 90s. I grew up in the 90s. So this was the palette that is for the memories, pretty much. For the beginning of my channel and growing up. So definitely can't get rid of that one. Let's see. Most underrated. I see like a lot of collections and not a lot of people have hip dots. So I had to bring this in because I don't see anybody having this Hip Dot SpongeBob Bikini Bottom Palette. And I just love the packaging and SpongeBob, of course. It was a toss-up with others and like Glamlight, but I'm like, pretty much a good variety know about Glamlight. But Hip Dot, it's still underrated, and I really do love and enjoy this formula. I think it's a must-have to try. This formula is really good, and they have cute packaging. All right, next is not a favorite, but can't get rid of. I'm still trying this formula out. So far, I'm not liking it, but I'm trying. I'm gonna keep it because I got this for Mother's Day. This is the Urban Decay Ultraviolet palette, and I heard great things about the Naked line that I wanted to try one of their palettes, and this one actually stood out for me, and the Wild West, but this one, I wanted it for this color. But that's a pretty palette. I think it's pretty all in all, but the formula, I still have to get used to it, but not my favorite, but will never get rid of. Next is favorite collab. My favorite collab was ColourPop and the Villains Disney, So Misunderstood. I think this is my all-time favorite collaboration. Their formula in this palette is really good. I hope they come back out with this palette. I might get a second one in the future. But I love this formula of this purple and green is my favorite in this palette. I always dig into this blue, all the blacks, you got shimmer and a matte one, and all these greens right here, neutrals. It's just all in one palette. The formula is just great. I love the packaging. This is just the best. Next is 2021 favorite. So this was my first palette to try from Glamlight and fell in love with it. So I say the Cake palette from Glamlight. This is my all-time favorite palette, if I can get it out. I like to leave it in this case because, one, it's easier to take out, and it's not quite as bulky in my opinion for myself. And this is what the packaging looks like. And just the formula is just gorgeous. In all their palettes, it's a must to try Glamlight out. The formula is like no other, in my opinion. It's just amazing. So, did not expect to love. This year, I got it the beginning of 2021 and was not expecting to love the pumpkin spice as much as I did. Last year, I just dug into this palette like, I love the color story. The formula in this one is amazing. Better than their Chocolate Bonbons palette. And I did like the Chocolate Bar palette, but I think I like this one even more. There's more variety to wear, and I love colorful eyeshadow. So this was the most colorful, in my opinion, that they had, especially in a tin. So I really do enjoy this one. Very great formula in this one. I highly recommend. If you can find it, you need it. Palette that sparks joy. You know, everybody needs a palette that sparks joy. I think the ice cream Scream palette from Glamlight. This is such a cute palette. I just love playing with this. Even Glamlight's palette, I couldn't decide from Michaela and the Ice Cream Dream palette. But this one sparks joy because of these pastel colors. all of the shimmers, and I love this for the fall time, and then as like fall time and summertime, a mixture. You have neutrals and colorful, you got pastels, you got bright, bold colors. It's just beautiful all over around. It's a great palette. Newest palette to my collection. You all should know that this is my newest so far. It's the Sigma Princess Disney Cinderella palette. Comes with a beautiful brush. And this is what the color story looks like. Very beautiful. I heard mixed feelings about this, but I wanted it anyways. Like I heard mixed feelings about the ultraviolet, and I still need to learn about the Urban Decay formula, but this is really cute. I love the brush. And here's the palette again. Just gorgeous. I love all these tones. So I can't wait to use that palette. It's gorgeous. I don't want to mess it up. And the first palette I used in 2022. What did I use? My Panda palette. And actually Urban Decay. I need to get those. I'll be right back. Okay, these are the palettes that I'm using. I thought it said 2021. It's 2022. So this was the first one I wore, the Urban Decay. I hit pan in that and have a really good dip in the shade. So, of course, I've been working on that one. And then the Hyperspace is Pan That palette. And it looks like this. Big and ugly shaped. And then the two shades that I took out looks like this. That I am working on in that palette. I have a little I hit pan a little bit in that shade. So, and it is the Empire and Wookiee. These two shades in that palette, and I just depotted that one. So these two are the ones that I've been working on. So of course those are the palettes I'm using and first use palettes in 2022. So that is it. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment to my channel. And again, that is the eyeshadow palette tag part 2.